Right, here we go, again. The game froze, which was devastating, because I was busy doing nothing. But I can't help myself. Here I am, jumping back in once again. There we go. I mean, that's... I can go on this planet. That's alright then. Right. I'm a boat! Can I become this oil rig? I totally can. Guess that's the purpose of this game. Is to become... everything. I will go onto the ice continent and see what's going on the ice continent for iceness. Not much, as it turns out. Surprisingly. I am shocked to my very core. See, I was just away from my controller, and the game just kind of carries on without you. I think it's quite cool. It's like, oh, you're not the controller. That's alright. I'll just bum around. I'm a tree. I'll just do what I want. It's not a problem, man. Don't worry about it. Where am I? Oh, I'm a tree again. So, it seems to be very tree-y around here. Is that a word? Tree-y. Tree-y. Oh, can I give me a igloo? Nice. So I've got 23% of buildings now. There's an elephant. I should become elephant. Or is that a mammoth? It's a woolly mammoth. I am woolly mammoth. If you see these speech bubbles, it means that there's a message that you can read. Things talk to you, you know. It's a bonkers. This polar bear has got something to say.
Because life is basically a game of hide and seek. Because life is pulsation. On and off. Here it is, and now it isn't.
Yes.
And by being this pulsation,
come with me.
We know it's there.
You come with me too.
Now, from those very tiny fast rhythms, which give us the impression of continuity, there are also in this universe immensely slow rhythms. And these are very difficult for us to keep track of. And they impress us and depress us as our own life and death, as our coming and going.
Dance for me, penguins!
For what is to us such a slow pace that we can't possibly believe that it is really a rhythm. We think of it as our birth, as something quite unique that could never occur again because we're so close to it, you see, and it's moving so slowly.
This game is arty as fuck. I did unfairly judge this game. And I am man enough to admit that. I stand by the fact that the opening kind of 10, 15 minutes, when you're trying to work out what the hell's going on, are very poor. And they don't give a good impression of what the game actually is. And I think that in that time, you will already make your mind up about what the hell this game is. and if you're actually going to stick with it. But I think you've got to just you really have to work past it, because at first I was like, well, you know, what is this insanity? I want to cry, but I powered through, and that's what we do, you know. We power through it, and we become things and stuff. Okay, let's get off this planet. Go and see another one. You can't walk on the sun. It's not a thing we can do, sadly. I can go on this one though. Rock planet and become that house. Oh, I've been here. You come with me. Ha! What is that, a beaver? What up, Justin Bieber? Look at that. Marmot. Okay. Not a beaver. What the hell's this? It's a hat. Just laying on the ground. I'm now an old miner helmet. Of course I am. Let's become something a bit faster, shall we? Like a Rocky Mountain elk. Let's go! Find out what this rock has to say first. No offense, but you smell of the air around my nose. Screw you, man. I don't need you in my life. You are a negative influence, and I do not need it. I just want to fill my life with positive vibes. And this Rocky Mountain elk probably will die shortly. Look at him. That's gotta hurt, isn't it? That's gotta hurt. The process of growth. Let's listen to what this is.
The process of growth. The basic process of biology is one in which lower orders are always being superseded by higher orders. But the lower order can never figure out, or only very rarely figure out, what the higher order is that's taking over. And may see it as a terrible threat, as total disaster, as the very end. But can never be aware that the principle of growth always has and always will continue.
Dancing.
Because that's what's going on.
Mm.
But you never know what the next step is going to be. Because if you did know, you wouldn't take it. Because it would already be past. Do you understand this? That any certainly known future is an event of which we can say, you've had it. And in that sense, it's past. When we play a game, the outcome of the game becomes certain. We at that point cancel the game and begin a new one. Because the whole zest of the thing, and which takes me back to the idea that this whole thing is a hide-and-seek game, is that you don't know what the next order coming up is.
I'm going to move you, even though you want to stay there. Because I'm so rebellious. Man, what a dick. Log cabin! I've been to log cabin. If the name of something comes up, you've already become it or discovered it. So, like that. Question mark. No one knows what this is. What the hell's this thing? Pronghorn! Of course. Can I become the bridge? Yes. I'm going to screw up with your world now. I'm going to put the bridge over here. Because your life is over and has no meaning. I'm the moon bridge. Damn, son. That was deep. Okay, let's get out of here. Discover something else. Here's the sun. Oh, goodness. And the sun. Sand planet. What's this? A shooting star. How cool's that? Or a comet. Yeah, whatever, man. Oh, bored of being the sun. The sun doesn't do anything. The entire universe is contained in each life at every moment, and each moment continually permeates the entire universe. Cool. It's not really relevant though, is it? I want to get out of this system. I want to go somewhere else. Let me out of the solar system. Gotta be bigger. Gotta be bigger. You know, one of the more fascinating things about this game is you can become just anything. You can be a molecule of sand on a sand planet, or you can be a star in the solar system. And literally a neutron star right now. Can you do that in Horizon? No, you can't. Diffuse nebula. That means I've already discovered this. A regular nested structure. OVS. How high can we go exactly? Here we go! This is when it gets all a bit bizarre. Even more bizarre than it actually was. I am literally aluminium. I shall now go within the aluminium and become something smaller. Concave selected polyhedron. OVS. Cube! Okay. Let's be a superstar cluster, shall we? Enjoy life at each life at every moment and go. What's all the right track? Other stars were up to stay where I really. Well, that doesn't make any sense. Can I go within this galaxy? Yes! Another tree. A scanning system based on sensing danger.
We have this rather myopic way of looking at things. And we screen out from attention anything that is not immediately important to a scanning system based on sensing danger. But quite obviously, You, as a complete individual, are much more than the scanning system. You are in relationships with the external world that, on the whole, are incredibly harmonious. The energies of life in the form of temperature, light, air, and food, and so on, are streaming through you all at this moment in the most magnificently harmonious way. When anything is constant, it says, okay, that's safe, it's in the bag, needn't pay attention to that anymore. And therefore, we eliminate systematically from our awareness all the gorgeous things that are going on all the time, and instead only become focused on the things, the troublesome things that might happen to upset it. Which is all right, but we make too much of it. We make so much of it that we identify our very selves, I, ego, with the radar, with the troubleshooter. And that's only a tiny fragment of one's total being.
Yes, I shall be a bighorn sheep. If you just joined the stream, I'm playing Everything, which is available now on PS4. From the mastermind, that is Mr. David O'Reilly. It's a game where you can be everything or anything. The more you play, the more you discover, the more you realize that there is no objective. There's no levels, there's no completeness. You just bomb around planets and become everything. Can we get off this planet? What does this tree have to say? That's the important thing. Your mind will go on reflecting what's happening inside and out of it, always changing itself this way and that. No idea of what's going on can be held for very, very long. Honey. Let's see, let's go somewhere else. Go to the green planet. Looks a bit earthy, which is nice. Makes life a little bit easier. As a concept, I can understand it. And now a cruise ship of green continent. What am I now? Another tree! Maple. It's an interesting game to stream because there's very little ever going on. Well, I think you can only understand this game if you see it in action. And that's more or less what I discovered whilst I'm playing this game. If you don't buy it and don't play it yourself, you need to see it because it's something that's wholly unique. No, there is no objective. You just run around and do things. What do you actually do? It's like, well, nothing. You go to different planets. You go to solar systems, and you just see everything. The more you become, the more you discover. The more there is to see. You can go further down in the world. Hey, is that a hedgehog? Look at him in his face. Might haunt your nightmares for life, that one. As soon as you wish to please anyone but yourself, the game is over. I shall take that on board. Thank you for the message. Hedgehog! Can I go lower than hedgehog? I can. A blade of grass. Which I'm sure has a funky name. That'll be a rock. Once the games discover what it is, then... Oh, a chunk of dirt! Let's go even lower. What is this? Oh, of course, yeah. No idea. Can I go? Can I go lower?
You very soon realize that your existence is not something that is just the hopeless little creature that's suddenly confronted with a great big external world that goes gah at him, and eats him up. Every tiniest little thing that comes into being, every minute little fruit fly or gnat or bacterium, I will go so far as to say, is an event upon which this whole cosmos depends. This thing goes both ways. It's not only that every little organism which exists depends on its total environment. The reverse is also true, that the total environment depends on each and every one of those little organisms. So that you could say this universe consists of an arrangement of pattern in which every event
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
is essential to the whole thing.
You can communicate
Now,
with other things that
we
you are
screen
by
that idea
singing
out
to
of
them.
our consciousness in exactly the same way that we screen out the perception of space as an important reality. Just as we pay attention to the figure and ignore the background,
Nettle. Ooh.
so we see one way of looking at things, namely
I
that
want to be a butterfly.
the organism is very frail against the environment. It lasts a long time, the environment, but the organism only lasts a short time. What do you mean the environment lasts a long time? What does the environment consist of? Just a lot of little things. When you get far enough away from all the organisms and the little bits of things, you see the environment in another scale of magnification. But actually, the whole thing is arranged in a polar system where the enormous depends on the tiny and the tiny depends on the enormous. And you get a relationship between these extremes, which can be called a transaction. They always go together. So in this way, we are always, as it were, overemphasizing a certain aspect of our experience.
It's all gone a bit quiet over there. Hey! Hedgehog's back. Alright, dude, let's go. Let's go and explore this vast, highly detailed technical world. Yes, I know. Do you want to see that in action? I can turn this particular hedgehog into a galaxy if I want to. Look at that. And turn that into a light, which I can then turn into a reptile. You can turn things essentially into anything that you've discovered. And so if you've discovered it, you can be it. That's jolly. Cheers, dude. If you press R3 to sing, like that, it comes through your speakers. It comes through the speaker on the controller, and I keep forgetting that. It freaks me out every time it happens. Have I discovered this yet? It doesn't look like I have. Oh, the England game's on. Oh, who cares? I forgot about it. Probably a good thing. Couldn't care less. Redwood. Let's get off this planet. Let's go and explore somewhere else, shall we? We'll get off the continent at least and see what else is about. Excuse me. What's on the rock continent? A tree! What a shocker! I know I can dance. It's one of the only interesting things about this game. I'm joking! What is that? Oh. A bin. Awesome. What are you doing down there? I am modern drain. Oh, I was pressing buttons too quickly. I missed that. Oh. There's a giant philosophical quote over here. Look at this thing. Every point may be regarded as the center. Want to learn something today? YouTube, check it out.
And we say now, what is important about people is their unique individuality. And we have been given an immense psychic investment in our own individuality by our upbringing. What are you going to amount to? What are you going to contribute to human life? What's your particular destiny going to be? It's a fine idea. But the thing we don't understand is that it won't work, this great idea, without being balanced with its opposite. Just as you can't have the back without the front. So you cannot have the values of a unique personality unless at the same time everybody recognizes that there is another level at which we are not unique at all, but that I am you and you are I. You see, every one of you feels that you're the center of the universe, and that everything else is happening around you in a circle. You can turn around and you can see sort of equally far in all directions, especially if you're in a ship in the middle of the ocean. So you're in the middle. And it's true from the standpoint of astronomy. We live in a curved space-time continuum, that is to say, in a universe at which every point may be regarded as the center. Consider a sphere. Here's a ball. What point on this ball is the center of its surface? You can see at once that any point can be the center of its surface. So legitimately, all points in the universe are the center.
Yeah, you heard. Right, I think I'll close up shop for a minute. Let's go to the green planet. Hey, that looks familiar. Let's see what's on the green planet, shall we? Sand, ice, rock, kelp. What's this? Fish! I'm School of Salmon. Obviously. that a dolphin? Yeah! Cool. Dolphins are cool. I met a dolphin once. He was an asshole. It was all fine. We were just playing games and stuff. I was like, just giving the old pet and was like, hey, you're a nice guy. Then he wandered off and then went to get attention from this girl that was on the other side of the pool. Thought, well, screw you then, man. Thought we were friends. Absolute dick. Absolute dick. I don't trust him anymore. Gotta be honest with you. So this is everything. I mean, I don't know what else to say about everything. It's completely unique unto itself. If you fancy it, it's available now on PSN. Ferociously bizarre. But has a lot of deep questions about life, the universe, and everything. If you pick it up, make sure you can force yourself past the first 20 minutes or so, which are terrible. Once you do, it becomes unlike anything else. And I think, to its credit, it becomes far more interesting once you actually can get yourself past that initial moment, because it's all very strange. But it's judging a game like this is it's weird. It's harsh because it's so different. It doesn't feel like, oh, it's good or bad. It's just a thing. Everything is just something that exists, which is very really Mosby to its Mosby. It's not even a word. It makes sense that a game like everything would be like this, because that's exactly what the game is. Its level of existence is only fed by the amount of time that you put into it, and if you want to give it time, then that's great. It's a game that is completely unto itself. I've discovered a horse. Finally! I've always wanted to be a horse. That's strange. Anyway, there'll be more streams coming from Thumb Culture. We're all out and about doing our own little thing now, but we get back to Thumb Culture every now and then if there's something worth talking about. And this is one of those things. So if you've got more streams, do subscribe to the channel. Give it a like, give it a share, do all that good stuff. Follow us on Twitter, at thumb_culture. And more and more goodness will come your way. If you want to finally be happy, do subscribe to Thumb Culture. Until then, I've been Roscoe. You can find me on at Roscoe Keniston with a K. All right. I do a comedy people podcast called Mike Stand. If you're interested, go and check that out as well, which is also available on YouTube and iTunes. The Thumb Culture YouTube channel is also, of course, a website, thumbculture.co.uk. We're everywhere. So, go and find us. Until next time, it's been an honor. And this is everything, and I am a campfire. Bye!